arguably one of the most important things to have in a garage is a bolt bin, somewhere to store all of your nuts and bolts and washers and lock washers and all of those things. And I didn't have one, so that is what I picked up today at Harbor Freight. So these are, I got two of them. These are like 41 bucks, and then I got 20% off of that, so it was in the 30s. For each of these, and I got two. I'm going to put these together, strengthen them up a little bit because they're pretty flimsy and they're made to go on the top of a bench, but I'm gonna bolt them together and then put them on wheels and make a frame for them to, strengthen it up and actually be able to move it throughout the garage. But when I looked up the price of these bins here, these are the longer style bins, so they're 10 inches long by 3.5 width and 4 inches high, so they're the long style. When I looked up the price for those, they were well over $1 each, and so you get 24 of them in this pack. So that's $24 in and of itself if you get them for $1, and I was seeing upwards of $1.50, $2. And so that's why it made it worth the price to go pick this up from Harbor Freight, and you get the frame. Because if you were going to buy the bins by themselves, it would have probably been more expensive for that many. So I opted to pick this up, and now I'm just going to strengthen up the frame because it needs to be, and add the wheels. So now I've got some extra tubing, just miscellaneous tubing I've had sitting around, and I'm going to go ahead and reinforce the bottom and then build a vertical support of tubing to go up the side, and then I'll connect the base to each side, and then I've also got these casters to go on the bottom so that it can roll around. I know the caster is quite a bit bigger than the tubing, but I'm just gonna weld it to the tubing, and yeah, it'll stick out a little bit out of the sides, but that's okay. Time to just do some measuring and get this first little piece cut here, get it bolted in, and then weld a vertical piece of tubing to the top. And then I've got to do some more thinking on how I want the top to be, because again, I want this other bolt bin to sit on top of this one, so I need to secure the base of it, come up here, make another platform to bolt that on. So I'm gonna think on that a little bit more and start cutting some metal. Okay, so I got the two bottom rollers, I guess you could say, to go on the legs of the stand, and this is what they look like. I've got holes drilled in them already to match up with these holes, so these bars will bolt on, and then I welded the casters on. Don't make fun of my welds. I am rookie TIG welder. I'm just learning, so this is a project that's forcing me to take the time to learn. And now I'm ready to get these bolted back on to the frame, so then I'll have a frame that moves around at least. And next thing is to get this. I went and bought this because it had the holes already pre-drilled. Just saved me some time. I'm going to use these to go up on the sides, and so those will weld to the sides of these braces. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt these on and start taking some measurements for this. So it'll be like a kind of a tower, and both stands will bolt to the tower. And then I'll do some connecting and bracing and whatnot. Got the square tubing welded onto the feet with wheels there, and so now we've got, this is one leg of two, rolls around, and it's straight. Use the level, so I got two of them, and now I'm going to go ahead and bolt it up to the lower level bolt bin. Okay, got it bolted on. So now we have a bolt bin that is movable, rolls around, can move it around, and I put the wheels in a direction to kind of move it forward and backwards, kind of the opposite of the way toolboxes move, which would be kind of like this. I wanted to be able to kind of push the box into the spot that I wanted to, so that's the reason for the direction of those wheels. this top part here is a nice little shelf, and so I'm going to make enough room so that I can stack paint cans and whatnot on this shelf, and then I'll have the second bolt bin at least this tall, so that I can have paint cans in the middle and another set of bolt bins in the top. So I have a bungee cord there for now because they kind of want to bow out, just because it's only bolted there at the bottom. I haven't yet drilled holes in the side here, but I will do that. But now the next thing is I'm going to go ahead and make a little mark here, and again bolt and weld a foot just like the bottom one, so that the feet here can sit on it horizontally here, and then that's what this next level will sit on. Alright, well the stand is nearly done. You guys pretty much saw me put it together. Turning out good. One thing to note is that this top shelf here is actually upside down according to the way you're supposed to be building it. It's supposed to have this flat underside on the top, but I didn't really like that because then it didn't provide these edges to, you know, have paint cans or things and just prevent things from rolling around. So I flipped it around, which caused one little problem. It made these bins slide in, and they got really tight because they were supposed to have this gap space up there. But all I did was just force it up. Actually, I drilled out the holes just a little bit and then forced it up to give it a little bit extra room. So you can see we've got some room now, and these slide in and out, no problem. So that was one modification I had to do. One thing I'm going to do is put a bar from that leg to that leg. So we're almost done, and tomorrow I get to be a kid in a candy store and go to the local Rural King and buy every single nut and bolt I can find and fill this thing up. So that'll be fun. I put it at the back because if I put it at the front, it makes a little bar to where if I ever wanted to scoot my car skates under there, I wouldn't be able to. So I put it at the back. Now I have this room I can put stuff under there, maybe jack stands on the side, or like I said, the car skates. And there you have it. About $150 later of nuts and bolts and washers spent at Rural King, and maybe an hour or two of organization and printing off labels for all of this stuff. Just bought some shipping labels and printed them off on the printer, and they turned out pretty good. So just to recap, this is what I bought from Harbor Freight. the 24 bin benchtop parts rack for 41 bucks. I was able to use the 20% off on that, which is about $8 off, which will be about $33 without tax, 33 times 2 because I bought 2 of them. And then the uprights, the perforated square tubing, were about $22 each. I didn't have enough in anything that tall I could use, so that did add to the cost a little bit. So I'm in at $110, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, these trays, if you look anywhere, Menards or anything, these are like $2 each. So a lot of the cost of those trays is kind of ridiculous. So that's why I went this route. And you can see I've got shelves now for, you know, random cans and whatnot. And it rolls good. Really happy with that. It's balanced. It feels good. Doesn't feel like it's going to tip over or nothing. I wanted to also point out that these poles, I set them back just a little bit because, you know, the bolts are going to want to sit on the end, so they're going to want to be this way. So I set the weight or the vertical upright towards the back. And I also wanted to point out that I made the base a bit wider than the structure. So just wanted to point that out. But yeah, this turned out really nice. I'm happy with it. And hopefully this gives you an idea, something pretty easy. You definitely don't even need to weld if you don't have that capability. You can probably just bolt it all together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, gave you an idea, some tips and tricks on maybe if you wanted to build this yourself. So yeah, if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. I'll be sure to reply. And this video might bring some new guests to my channel, so I just wanted to shout out if you're into other types of hobbies like cars and building this 280Z and all the other garage stuff that I have going on, just hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it, and give me a follow. So thanks a lot. See ya.